I'm shocked by what's happened to Canada. I mean, one of the precipitating factors in my recent move to the United States was Bill C-63. I don't know if you've managed to delve into the weeds with regards to Bill C-63, but it's a bill that's so awful that every time I read it, I think, because I'm not a lawyer, I think there's no way I'm understanding this properly. And then I read it again and I think, yeah, well, usually I can understand what I'm reading. And this is, it's such a dense web of stunning, incompetent malevolence, because it starts with these pronouncements about protecting children from online exploitation and pornography. Simultaneously, of course, the biggest pornography network in the world operates out of Canada, right? That's Pornhub, which operates out of Montreal. And to call it a despicable organization is to barely scrape the surface. If Trudeau and his minions were the least bit serious about protecting children from online pornography, there's a lot better places they can start than Bill C-63. But virtue signaling at the beginning, virtue signaling at the end, we're protecting children. It's like, yeah, I don't think you are. But then in the middle, there's all these clauses detailing out first the construction of a bureaucracy, which, as far as I can tell, would have unlimited power, all the power of the court and the power of unlimited growth. And it says right in the bill that court system, a new parallel court system, would not be bound by the traditional standards of evidence.
That's right.
I read that and I thought, what?
Here's the former director, I forgot his name, he's a lovely guy, the former chief commissioner of the Human Rights Commission, federal, said, this is all, it's horrible, it's ridiculous. And I think they know damn well that there's absolutely no way that any of this will withstand a charter challenge. And the point of this is, the point of this, and this is the case that he makes that I think is persuasive, is they're just trying to scare you. They're just trying to shut you up. They're just trying to put you on notice.
Well, they'd succeeded with me.
Well, you haven't shut up.
No, but I really thought through Bill C-63. Like, I've already had my fair share of trouble with the Ontario College of Psychologists.
Yes.
Because they have weaponized, they have allowed activists to weaponize their complaint process. And what could be done to be, under the auspices of Bill C-63, make what happened with the college, who I've managed to successfully battle off so far, look like nothing.
Here's how what we've been discussing, particularly anti-Semitism, directly relates to this concern of yours in the matter of Bill C-63. And it also directly relates to how I've been attacked for merely noticing that a lot of what we've heard about mass graves, this archipelago of mass graves across the country at residential schools, is a fiction. There is a proposal, and it's supported by the Justice Minister, Arif Virani.
Yeah, he's fun. He's
a lot of fun.
He's everything you'd hope he'd be.
Insert a concept called residential schools denial.
Yeah, right.
Which is an absurd abstraction.
Yep.
To insert it into the same section of the criminal code that outlaws incitement against the Jews by Holocaust.
Yeah, that's perfectly in keeping with the way they.
And this is all about just shutting people up. It's all terrifying people.
Well, that's
and the other one, and I think we didn't even talk about this. The most pernicious is this recent construction of anti-Palestinian racism.
Yes. As hate speech.
Well, yeah, but if you look at the definition of it, and again, Trudeau says he's willing to adopt this in some form, as has the Justice Minister said the same. The standard definition of anti-Palestinian racism, devised by the Arab Canadian Lawyers Association, which I've never heard of before, and I think this is all they've ever done, is any utterance of a conventional Zionist standpoint cannot but be understood as anti-Palestinian racism.
Right.
The way it's defined,
that would include support for the fact of Israel's existence.
The mere support for the fact of Israel's existence as a Jewish sovereignty in the Holy Land. That if you confront or deny or dispute the Palestinian narrative, if you dispute the Nakba, if you deny the right of Palestinians their claim to title of all of historic Palestine, then you are engaging in anti-Palestinian racism. In other words, then you're a Zionist.
Yep.
Then you,
okay, so let's
the mildest kind.
Let's tie that into Bill C-63.
Yeah, well, there it is.
Well, so in Bill C-63, there's a provision, which I've read several times, that if I am afraid, because that's the language in the bill, that Terry might utter something hateful in the next year, so let's say that would be your support for the existence of Israel, then I can bring you in front of a provincial magistrate, and he can fit you with an electronic bracelet, and you can be confined to your home for a year. And all of your social media posting will be disallowed, and whoever you see will be regulated. And this is something I just can't figure out at all, it's so preposterous that it beggars belief, you will be required to donate body fluid on a regular basis to your physician, to have it monitored on a daily basis.
Well, I wasn't aware of this.
Absolutely, to make sure that you're not consuming anything illegal or anything intoxicating. Now, I think what happened...
Okay, that's beyond the pale.
It's in there.
That is beyond the pale. No Jamesons.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason is
I'm going out to get a gun license.
Where the hell did they get this? But I think probably where they got it from was legislation on domestic abuse.
Okay.
Because if you want to mitigate the probability of domestic abuse, limiting the abuser's alcohol consumption is actually a logical move. I'm not claiming that on ethical or legal grounds. I just mean that alcohol does increase the probability of abuse substantively. And I can't imagine where else they would have got the idea, but that's in that bill in black and white. So we have not only
you see, I don't think, okay, apart from the fact that the Liberals are history, apart from the fact that Trudeau is a dead man walking, quite apart from all that, I don't think there was any serious expectation that any of these laws, these initiatives would survive a charter challenge. It's all about intimidation.
Think that was true with C-16?
All about intimidation. And I think one of the things that our friends in Hong Kong, in the democracy movement, insisted upon was do not obey in advance. Do not obey in advance. Whatever they threaten you with, just say what you need to say and what you mean to say, and bring it on.
Yeah.
Let's have you then. Let's see the whites of your eyes. And I think that's the position that we all have to adopt.